Hi, everyone. This is so much fun. Okay, so they are the people who retrace our steps, the magical elves who quietly pick up after us at all hours of the morning and at night. They are the people behind the scenes who sweep away our messes and clean up our mistakes. They are Brandeis facilities workers, and there are 126 of them on this campus. How many of you have seen a Brandeis facilities worker this past week? You can just raise your hand if you have. Wow, that's like basically everyone. How many of you knew the worker's name? Okay, that's a few. So I think that we tend to be trained to view service people as just a part of the landscape. We are so accustomed to being taken care of that we really expect it. But facilities workers are more than just the people on our Brandeis campus dressed in blue. They are individuals with stories and lives and names. You see, when I look back on my Brandeis experience, besides professors and peers, facilities workers at Brandeis have shaped my Brandeis experience. So this evening, I am not going to teach you anything you don't already know. But what I aim to do in this short amount of time I have with you is to change the way you walk not only through the Brandeis campus, but through your world. Paying attention, one of the most underrated, underutilized tools that we use. Just stop and think about it, like really. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most attentive person that you've ever met, how would you rate yourself in terms of your awareness? Many of you are probably imagining yourself paying attention in class or maybe even at work. But many times when we think about paying attention, we are actually picturing ourselves observing. Paying attention means being an active member of society. It means being engaged. It means ruminating about our experiences and taking action. Most importantly, though, it is making others feel validated.
Hello, facilities.
This is Masael, and Masael is originally from El Salvador. He's been working at Brandeis since 1988, so quite a while. So I thought I couldn't really give a speech to you guys and talk about facilities workers if I didn't really know what they did. So this past Tuesday, I shadowed Masael around the Brandeis campus, and I followed him to work, and he actually put me to work also, which was great. So he picked me up in his truck. So if you guys saw someone in a truck, that was probably me around campus. People were just looking at me like, what is she doing in this truck? I was like, hey. But so he is in facilities truck 21. You can find the number on the truck in the front. And our first thing we did was we headed to the library. Earlier that morning, he had been called. He had a call from facilities to fix the carpet because several students had been tripping over, the carpets have lining, so over the lining. So first he showed me how to reconstruct the carpet, and then he wanted me to try it on my own. So Masael took my iPad and started filming me doing his job. So that's what I'm going to show you. A little bit in the truck and then a little bit of me working. So here we go.
So I already fixed one of them. There is two
My
more
voice
that
is
we're
very
gonna
loud.
fix right now.
Perfect.
So you'll see.
Let's go.
Let's go, and you're gonna be good on this job. You'll see. See how good of a job you're gonna do now.
So I take this and I scrape, right?
Yeah, you scrape there. Underneath the rubber, you have to clean it also.
And this took a while. I mean, I obviously had to do jump cuts to make it.
A little, just a little. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good job.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. So after this, the most amazing thing happened. So as I said before, Masael, he took the camera, the iPad, and actually he began to interview me. So he asked me my thoughts on what he did, about his job. And I was really shocked and really surprised. His flipping the question back on me made me reflect on my experience and really created this wonderful dialogue between us. So this is what happened when he flipped the camera on me. Okay, don't worry.
So I already fixed one. Very
Yeah.
good job. So what do you think? Easy?
I definitely think it's harder than it looks. Yeah, and it's funny because it's just a little piece of carpet, so it makes you really think about where you're walking.
And also, like, you have to kneel down.
Right.
If you never prayed before, now you did.
So we had a lot of fun together. So you're probably wondering how someone could become so fascinated by facilities workers. So for me, I have had two significant experiences with facilities workers, and these both occurred during my freshman year, and I'm a senior now, so a little while ago. So my first experience occurred in Usedan. Many of you know Usedan. And it was in mid-September. And I was just sitting there, minding my own business, eating a sandwich. And just as I was about to take my last bite of my sandwich, a little hand started creeping along my shoulder. And I turn around. To be honest, I'm a little upset because I really wanted that one last bite. It was freshman year. I was still liking the food a ton. And I turn around and I look, and I'm staring into the face of this man with Down syndrome. And he was also a Brandeis custodian. So that was my first experience with facilities workers at Brandeis. And after this experience, I ran to the Waltham Group office and tried to find a way where I could get to know facilities workers better. My second experience had to do with my freshman year floor. A woman named Maritza worked on my hall, and August 2009, I'm telling my parents goodbye. I'm from Texas. My mom was especially emotional. She thought it was probably like going to be in China. She's like so far away, but really not that far. And she was like crying, and this woman, Maritza, went up to my mother. She held her hand. Maritza's a facilities worker, and said, "Don't worry, I'll be her second mother." And she really was. So see, once I trained myself to pay attention to these individuals, a whole new world opened up for me, and it really could for you too. So we're going to watch one more clip. So her name is Olga. She's been working at Brandeis for 18 years. So she's been working at Brandeis since 1996. She's talking about how she cleans the buildings.
Right, she works in Duroy. You've been working there for 14 years? In Duroy for 14 years. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So basically, if you don't speak Spanish, basically what she was telling me was that she's worked in Duroy for 14 years, and she feels like when she's cleaning the dorm, it's like cleaning her home. And for me, that really struck a chord with me. So for me, this is why I think that you should care. This same woman has been working in Duroy for 14 years. To top it off, she considers it her home. Many facilities workers at Brandeis don't consider this just to be their job. So you should care because you have probably thrown away trash on this campus. You've had heat that doesn't work. You've broken your window. And you've probably walked on the carpets on this campus, and we use, and they fix. So before I conclude, I want to make it clear that I am as guilty as anyone in this room and on this campus, and I do sometimes overlook what I feel to be this extremely important group on campus. But for this reason, I want to challenge Brandeis students and faculty, administration, just as I would challenge myself, to take the time out of your day to get to know at least one facilities worker. That includes knowing their name, where they're from, just to know a little bit about them. I really think that if we could all do this seemingly small thing, then we will have helped create a more united Brandeis. Also, if we just pay attention, it's not a difficult thing to do if your eyes are open wide enough. Thank you.